So I always get asked about settings and what I'm running on my two graphs when I'm out scouting. So I generally run 2D on the right with side imaging. So it's 2D, side imaging, down imaging. And a lot of times I'll split this up to the map. But then they go, well, how do you see anything? Like, how do you see that fish? Or that fish right there? Or that fish right there? It's all about collecting intel. And there's no perfect setting. That's the misconception that everybody thinks. They go, hey, what are your digits? It's like, well, it's not exactly how it works. But I can tell you kind of a surefire method that I like to use to basically go ahead and, you know, set up a good set of graph images. So generally, what you want to do is you want to get to the highest power you can without blurring everything out. This is my method. It doesn't have to be the right method. So I set the contrast to kind of in the middle. So contrast is in the middle, 20, range 1 to 40, it's at 20. And then what I like to do is then I mess with the sensitivity, right? This is where I start. I'm seeing lots of little marks here. Those are okay, but I want to see more detail. So what I like to do is I'll go as high as I can get, and you can see where it starts to blow out. This is either residual feedback, it's starting to oversaturate the image, and what I'll do is I just back it off 1, maybe 2, and then that gives me the clearest image I can. That's 2D. I use the exact same procedure on down imaging and side imaging. So right now I am set to, I'm gonna go to the lower pane, and I'm gonna show you here. I'm on this bottom pane. Same thing. Contrast is a little bit higher than middle, but you can start from 10, that's fine, that's the middle. Go up to your sensitivity. Max your sensitivity out. See how this is really hot and blown out? You can still see, but it's blurry. Same idea as with the 2D, but on down imaging, it's the same concept, and now you just back it off to where I like it, where you can just see a crisp hot line at the top. So somewhere right in there is about perfect. See, 1 too high, it's a little too hot, go down 1, about perfect. Exact same thing for the side imaging as well. Now your range has a little bit to do with your side imaging. I'm set to 60 feet out each side. That's about as max as I want for looking for fish. Sometimes you even go a little shorter or closer to the boat, but same idea. Menu, contrast is dead in the middle, or excuse me, yeah, contrast is dead in the middle. Then we're gonna go to sensitivity, and with the sensitivity, I'm gonna get it as hot as I can. See how it looks really bright? It's kind of blown out. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna back it off until this edge looks just hot. And then that tells me that I'm in a good position. You could back it down further if you feel like it's too much. It's all personal preference here. A little ball perch right there. And then ultimately you can just kind of get this edge to where it looks just hot enough. So now I feel confident that if a fish goes by or I see something on the graph that I like to see, I will see it. It will be there. Because if you're too low, it's like you have any intel at all. So you go to max it out, it's too blown out, you're seeing too much residuals, back it down. And I will do this every time I fish, in every different body of water, for every different condition. Sometimes the same body of water, when the water clarity is different, there's debris in the water. But that's where I always start, and then I make small, tiny adjustments from there. Trust your electronics. If you set them up correctly, they work. And I love them. I won't even fish until I see something on the screen I like. There's one at 15, small. Anyways, that's my quick tip for the day. Check your graph settings, get them as hot as you can, and then back them down. That's the rule of thumb. Thanks for watching.